This episode of the Very Serious Crafts podcast is brought to you by the Embroiderers Guild of America.
You're listening to the Very Serious Crafts podcast.
We're very serious crafters.
And we craft very serious crafts.
Very serious.
Hello, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 20 of the Very Serious Crafts podcast. I'm Molly from Wild Olive.
I'm Haley from Red Handled Scissors and the Bones and Bobbins podcast. Today we'll be talking about embroidered jackets, bulky sweaters, and holiday shopping.
Yes, and Heidi is taking a break from recording with us today, but we'll just talk about things and hope she doesn't miss out on all of these fun things that we're going to talk about. She'll have to listen and find out about things. I don't know.
We love you, Heidi.
We do. Yes, so basically, here's the thing. It's gotten cold all of a sudden.
Oh.
It snowed a few days ago here. And
the Midwest.
Yeah, I'm just like freezing all the time, like bundled up in extra layers, and I want to hibernate. That's
fair.
That's it. I can't hibernate because I can't do all of the things I'm supposed to be doing while layered under all of the blankets, but whatever.
I mean, it sounds like you need, what are they called? A slanket or...
Snuggie?
Yeah.
The blanket with...
Slanket is the off-brand version.
I've actually made one.
A Snuggie?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I've made a couple of them for my siblings who like to bundle up, or they also have found that they work really well if you wear it more like a robe, because it's so big that you can just sort of like, prance around the house and feel like you're like an overlord or something. I don't know.
I mean, that's like caftan to the next level.
Yeah, but like...
I'd feel like Blanche Devereaux just...
But like...
swishing through my house.
Imagine that like you then add like the villain aspect to it, and they're into it.
I add the villain aspect to everything.
Fair. Anyway, what's new with you? Or what's not new with you? I don't know.
Well, my kittens both got fixed last week, a week from Monday. I don't know. Time makes no sense. It has not yet been 2 weeks.
Okay.
Although I think it will be by the time the episode is out. And so they are tiny bulldozers in tiny cones. And that has not slowed them down. You would think that having a hysterectomy would slow anyone down.
Yeah.
Not kittens,
No.
it turns out. So trying to keep them quiet like we're supposed to has been an exercise in nope. So much that when earlier this week I have a friend, Anna, who is part of my like COVID pod.
Yeah.
And so she came over and we did our annual pumpkin carving that we usually do with my mom every year, but my mom is in Michigan and should not come to New York City.
Yeah.
So we did our annual pumpkin carving, and it didn't occur to me that kittens would just be like, oh my goodness, all of the innards of these things are toys. And like light bulb moment. And so here I am. I'm like, I don't know if if pumpkin is poisonous to kittens. I don't know if pumpkin seeds are poisonous to kittens because, sometimes.
Yeah.
I know that you can, and I do know that you can feed cooked pumpkin to creatures to help their digestive systems, and specifically cats.
Yeah, like guinea pigs can eat raw pumpkin. They cannot do cooked things, but they can have the raw pumpkin, so... But they shouldn't eat seeds.
Jack just showed up and made a noise. Hi, Jack. But, yeah, so I wasn't sure. And so here's like panicked me covered in pumpkin trying to lock the kittens in the bedroom because that is the only door, aside from the bathroom door, that exists in my apartment.
Yes.
And it's not a door so much as 100-plus-year-old French doors, or pocket doors rather,
Yeah.
that don't roll so well on their track. And so it was a mess. But I last year ordered a fancy set of pumpkin carving tools.
Nice.
And for whatever reason, they didn't get used last year, so either they didn't arrive in time, or I can't remember. Maybe we didn't carve pumpkins. Maybe we decided to watch a movie instead. I can't remember. So I got out this fancy new set, and whoa, it's a whole new world of pumpkin carving. Who knew?
Oh, boy.
That one could, like, I'm used to using a kitchen knife.
Yeah.
And a paring knife. Like, one of the big kitchen knives to cut the top open, and then a paring knife. No, they make actual tools for decorating squashes, as it turns out.
I mean, in some ways this doesn't surprise me because this is so, like, such a thing. I've always...
Yeah, but like good tools.
Yeah, that's
not
the thing,
like
is
the plastic.
The ones that break
Yeah.
the first time you try to use them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Although I have one from the 80s that is still, like, it has been used at least every year that I lived at my mom's.
Yeah.
And it is still going strong. It is
the
one
80s.
of those beautiful, like, actual metal 80s pumpkin carving things.
Yeah.
That we probably got in, like, 1984.
Yeah.
But that has not made its way here yet. But everything else, like, it's a safety hazard, mostly.
Yeah.
But I managed to carve a pumpkin with both a cutout, although I did screw up and cut off the cat. It was the whole thing.
Oh, no.
Not the real cat, but the cat that I was carving in the pumpkin. But whatever, that's what toothpicks are for.
That's right.
And so everything worked out. And I did those not quite fully carved, but the light shows through them bits. And this is the first time I've ever attempted that. And it worked.
Nice.
I did it. It was stars. Because I did like a cat sitting in a crescent moon and then stars me.
Yeah.
But it worked, and I am delighted, and I'm not entirely sure that anyone can see the pumpkin sitting on my fire escape from the street, but it's out there, and I know it's there.
I was going to say, these are sometimes the things that we do for our own joy, and that's just fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what's new with me.
Excellent. Well, before we jump into our more crafty topics, we want to give a shout out to our newest serious friend of the Very Serious Crafts podcast, who is supporting us now at patreon.com/seriouscrafts. Many thanks to Kirsten. You're the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kirsten.
All right.
All right.
So I brought a little show and tell today.
Oh,
and
I'm excited.
I obviously will put this in the show notes so that everyone can see this. But we recently refound some jackets that I'm going to show Haley here in the video chat. Today I'm talking about...
Those are beautiful.
Mexican tourist jackets is what I've found that they are called. And
I bet they are. I believe I have seen them.
Yeah.
Recently.
So interesting things about this. We can get into some problematic things with some of these, but
that's interesting. You can see the differences in the stitch. Quality too.
Basically, if you have never seen these before, although there's a good chance that you have, they are felt jackets. They are all wool felt, and they are hand embroidered with wool yarn. depicting scenes that might be, traditional Mexican embroidery in some ways. There's cacti and flowers. This one has sombreros on the pockets and a woman carrying a jar or a pot on her head. There's on the back of this one, there's a man pulling on a donkey with a cart that's filled with flowers. And the personal history for these is that my grandma's cousin, my grandma didn't have any sisters, and so her cousins were known to us as Aunt Helen and Aunt Carolyn, but they were not really our, aunts. But my Aunt Carolyn traveled quite a bit. She never married, and she went on all kinds of interesting life adventures. And so she brought these two.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love those members of the family.
Yeah.
Because, and I know that the, spinster aunt persona has historically been a negative one, but I am here to reclaim spinster aunt for awesome independent women. I mean, I guess I'm married, so I don't get to be a spinster aunt. Anyway.
And once I learn to spin yarn, that might be I will be in full spinster mode myself. But
oh my gosh, I appreciate that so hard.
But my grandma's cousins, who were like her sisters, one did marry, and then her husband passed away early on, and then she remained single the rest of her life. These two women were they were awesome. So these jackets came from Aunt Carolyn, and my mom wore the one, or at least one of them. There's two different sizes. We're not sure. She doesn't really remember it being given to her. Mm-hmm. But the one at least was the size for my mom's sister, my actual aunt, and she is significantly older than my mom. So there, it's hard to say exactly when these came to our family from Mexico, but they were really popular in the 40s and 50s. Mm-hmm. And so I was digging in to find a little bit more information about them. And I have a couple articles that I will put into the show notes, but basically these were handmade in Mexico. They were sold there for people who were going to visit after World War II.
Specifically tourists.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This was not the kind of thing that locals would necessarily wear.
Okay.
But I mean, they're absolutely, the stitching on it is cool. It's regular, worsted weight yarn in wool. So it's basically like crewel, but oversized, meaning that they could make them quickly so that they could be producing these, but it's all handmade. And the style of the embroidery is just gorgeous. Mm-hmm. What's interesting then that I found is that it became so in fashion to have these, maybe because people wanted to look like they were traveling the world, or at least to Mexico, that there's an ad that was, it looks like it probably could have been in Workbasket for the Mexicali swagger coat. That is the actual
swagger coat.
The swagger coat. Uh-huh.
Mexicali.
Where you could order one, and it says that they are actually hand embroidered in old Mexico.
Oh, as opposed to
I guess as New opposed Mexico. To New Mexico. Exactly. And they different color options. They sold at that time for $10.95.
And what year was that?
Probably late 40s, early 50s, I would guess.
Okay.
And also, then McCall's put out a pattern for making your own. So this is now, it gets into like, now we're taking this thing, and are we in full cultural appropriation at this point? I don't know exactly that it's their culture, but okay.
Oh, $10. It has the purchasing power, or $10 in 1950 has the purchasing power of about $108 in 2020.
Okay, so that's pretty good.
That's more than I thought.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I did then find a place that was selling in the 90s a version of this, and now is selling a new version that is embroidered suede. And this, I'm not so keen on this. I have other thoughts and feelings on this, however. But the first article that I actually read about this, the author of the blog, her husband is Mexican and came to the U.S. from Mexico, and so they, between the two of them, kind of have an interesting perspective on it. And you can see some of the designs that go on these are children with an animal or playing, or they're those kinds of scenes. Others that you find are a little bit more, they go into the racist stereotype category.
I was going to say the problematic. The problematic parlor.
There are issues with some of these, and some of them not at all. If they were all hand embroidered in Mexico, that gets into a whole other, interesting debate on things, which,
that does get complicated.
It's very complicated.
Especially because the tourist industry in many areas is the huge economic driver.
Yeah.
And they know who they're targeting.
Right. Yeah. But
and sometimes it's racists, as it turns out.
As it turns out, sometimes it is. But the bottom line is, these jackets they're beautiful. And even though they were designed to be made quickly so that they could sell a lot of jackets, they are clearly made by master craftspeople. And actually, I started looking at this and I thought, I have some very nice wool crewel yarn, and of course I have wool felt. I would love to see what it feels like to actually do this kind of embroidery. Just, take one of my own designs and stitch it with satin stitch or fishtail stitch, or there's a little bit of stem stitch in here. I would like to kind of recreate the feeling of this type of stitching, but, with my own
in
designs.
A less problematic way.
Yes, exactly. But, I mean, I just probably would not have thought to put wool yarn through wool felt, simply because it feels, it's so much thicker than...
It would make my tongue go numb.
Yeah, it's not...
Just thinking about it already is.
It's going to take a very large crewel needle to make this work, but...
I could see a really cute interpretation of that, like as a cropped jacket or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a truly wearable, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That is inspired by and appreciative of, but not... appropriating.
I think I'm gonna test out the method and materials to make like a felt pouch to start with. I'm gonna start small with my stitching. And
oh, come now. Says the person who can never ever do anything small.
Well, maybe you gotta do at least the test embroidery first.
Well, yeah, you gotta see what works and what needles work.
Yes, exactly. So we'll see, but. Yeah,
that's cool.
They're basically family heirlooms at this point, and
they're in such beautiful shape.
They are. They have always been packed away in such a way that the moths won't come.
Shh! Don't tell them.
I won't. Oh my goodness.
Oh man. It's that time of year again. I am now getting all of the emails from people who have found my blog post about mothing.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and asking for help. Which is, I understand the panic.
Yeah.
But I would like to implore anyone listening who might be thinking about emailing me to please read the comments, because pretty much every question that I ever get asked now has been answered either by me or by someone else in the comments. And it's a really
Perfect.
good resource in and of itself. But
Good.
yes, let's tell the moths no about those the jackets, I guess, right?
Yeah. And we will tell them no to finding their way into your stash should you want to find it.
Let's not even talk about them finding their way into my stash. I know what that looks like. Anyway, so, speaking of my stash, the weather has just started to turn crisp, but I now have switched to cozy mode, and it does not matter if I am, I'm sitting here in a t-shirt. But it doesn't
I have all the
matter.
layers. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, our heat also got turned on this week, and I don't know if you know, but radiator heat played an extremely solid role in the 1918 flu pandemic. Because it's really, boiler radiator heat is a lot. And you can't adjust it. It just is.
Yeah.
So, a lot of open windows. But anyway, so now that I have descended into that, I haven't felt like knitting or crocheting or doing anything at all during the duration of this whole pandemic lockdown situation. And I was kind of waiting for it.
Yeah.
Because at some point, I never leave the apartment, so I gotta,
Yeah.
but it is now struck, and I am going to, in probably the next day or two, excavate an entire sweater's worth of super bulky yarn from my stash. And, I do mean it when I say super bulky yarn. It is the most bulky of the super bulky yarns.
Okay.
And so I'm going to make a sweater called the Modern Garden Cardigan by Vera Valimaki, which I may have said incorrectly, but I think it's pretty close. So it is this cardigan sweater, sort of a crop cardigan sweater with 3/4 sleeves that has a giant leaf motif.
Yeah, I'm looking at this.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's also an extremely fast knit.
Yeah.
The reason that I even have the sweater quantity for this in my favorite ugly mustard yellow is because I was at my local yarn shop maybe last year, possibly the year before, because, projects, they hibernate. And a teenager that was making samples was sitting at the project table in the middle of the store when I came in. I was working on a book, so it must have been in the last couple of years.
I think, okay, wait a minute. I think that it had to have been more than 2 years ago, because I feel like you told me about this yarn while I was visiting you 2 years ago, around this time.
I think that's entirely possible. So yeah, it's also entirely possible that I have talked about this sweater.
I don't remember you talking about it on the podcast, but I definitely feel like I've heard a little bit about about this. So, okay, continue.
Yeah.
Continue.
Well, so I'm sitting at, like, you know, the work table that is in every good local yarn shop, and minding my own business, doing some work, and this teenager, who is a pretty fast knitter, definitely faster than me, whipped up this sweater in basically an afternoon.
Whoa.
And, like, let me try it on.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, what? Because I wanted to know what size to knit, because bulky yarn can be a little weird.
Yeah.
And so I tried it on after, like, watching her cast on. It was such a bizarre thing. And I mean, she's definitely a way faster than average knitter.
Yeah.
But I was so impressed, and I was like, oh, I really love a cardigan. I wear cardigans all the time.
Yeah.
For those who have not seen me, I largely look like a librarian.
Yes, that's accurate.
Except there are lots of hidden tattoos. And so, I don't know, it just looks so cozy, and it looked so easy. And so I'm really excited to actually be trying it out. And at this point in, like I mentioned, the whole lockdown and pandemic and all of that, my body has changed a lot since I first purchased the yarn and the pattern.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I've talked about this on the podcast, but I'm usually a stress eater. Mm-hmm. But it would seem that, like, big dramatic world trauma does the opposite. And so I've lost a lot of weight during the past 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Like, not a scary, you should be concerned amount, just my body isn't very interested in eating, so I schedule.
Yeah.
And so now I am having to go through the process of measuring a body that does not look or feel like my body has, like, since maybe middle school.
Wow. Yeah.
Because I'm about the same size as I was in middle school, which isn't as weird as you think it sounds, because I'm not much bigger than that anyway.
Yeah.
But
you're just a small person.
Yes, I'm a small human being. But, like, all of the sudden, all of the fit issues that I've had to work around for most of my making life don't exist. So, like, my chest is always a problem. It isn't a problem right now.
Yeah.
Like, I wear standard sizes at the moment, and that hasn't been the case for, like, 20 years.
Wow. Yeah.
And, like, my butt isn't as big as it usually is. So, and, like, hip to waist ratio is completely different. So, I'm seeing numbers that I have never dealt with.
Yeah.
And
now you have to, like, reshape your whole way of fitting a thing to you.
Which is such a weird thing to be doing once you've been making for so long. But what it has done has sort of been really helpful also.
So I guess my thought, though, is then on this cardigan, do you make it so that it fits you now? Are you concerned that if you make it your current size, if that shifts again, will it be way too small? Like, does it matter?
And that's just it. So, because shopping has been such a stressful experience, I sort of expected figuring out what size to knit this stupid sweater would also be really stressful. But I've actually weirdly found it to be reassuring.
Yeah.
Because, like, sweaters have ease.
Yes.
And all of these, like, there are a variety of sizes that I could choose that would fit but might have a different silhouette.
Yes.
And so just coming to terms with where I'm at the moment, I'm choosing not to worry about where I'm going to eventually be at because I don't know.
Yeah.
And I mean,
you've just summed up life right now. That's the healthy way to.
Exactly.
Well, I'm just gonna go with what's in the moment because I don't know what is gonna be coming.
Yeah, and so I've sort of been not like making clothes that I have wanted to make or buying a new winter coat or anything like that. And you know what? This is where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm gonna be, but also now that I have like sort of interacted with my body in the way that it is now and looked at the numbers and like figured out how proportionally to apply that to patterns and things like that, I feel so much more comfortable in my skin and so much less stressed out about it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, who cares? Like the bulk of this sweater is so huge and it's going to knit up so quickly that if I have to make a new one next year, if I decide I'm in love with this sweater and there isn't enough ease, then I will make that choice. And I'm sort of trying to apply this to all of my supplies right now. Like, all of the fabric that I'm in love with. It's really cool that I can button a button-down shirt right now.
Yeah.
Because I have narrow shoulders, and so usually anything that fits my shoulders needs some serious bust adjustment. Right now, I fall into a straight size. And so
make the thing and enjoy it.
Yeah, why not make the thing that makes me feel happy? And I mean, if there's like an especially expensive fabric or something, I might build in a little extra room or even leave in, and this used to be a thing when I was growing up. I don't know if this still happens now. Maybe not, because fewer people are getting like handmade outfits from, say, grandparents or parents. But I always had clothes that had like extra allowance like in the cuffs for growing.
Right.
And there's no reason that I can't like add a 1/4 of an inch into a seam that would allow me to expand something later. And so I don't know. I expected this to be kind of traumatic, and instead I feel pretty great about it.
I love that. And I'm very excited to see you make this sweater because it's really cool. It's really unusual design too for super bulky yarn. So that'll be fun. This episode of the Very Serious Crafts podcast is brought to you by the Embroiderers Guild of America. EGA is a community of stitch-minded people who inspire passion for the needle arts through education and the celebration of its heritage. Become a member today. Registration is now open for the 2021 National Seminar, The Magnificent Stitch, to be held in Chicago. Learn more at egausa.org. And now for something completely different and definitely less serious than the topics we have been discussing so far in this episode. Hold on just one moment. Because I have to grab... let me tell you, we're recording this, it's the end of October. The Christmas toy catalogs have arrived at my house. And, basically there's just been a series of them that have been coming. And honestly, I don't know if it's, a year of pandemic, but I have been very delighted to just pour over these. I've spent way too much time looking at toy catalogs this year. But
I
Couple
love
things
toy
here.
catalogs. I got
So-
on the teacher's catalog list for reasons unknown.
Ooh, yeah,
And it is
okay.
the best day when that shows up.
Yeah, like it's really, there's something, I think also something really enjoyable about flipping through a paper catalog that it's a whole different experience, right? But first, before we get into the few, like the more craft type things that I've seen, as soon as I saw them, I had to talk about them on the podcast. But first, let me just say,
Yeah.
there's what seems to be the toy of the year. I saw somebody do a YouTube video on it first, and then it's been in every toy catalog. I'm going to hold this up for Haley to see. It is called the Gotta Go Flamingo. And friends, it's a little flamingo that sits on a toilet,
What?
a see-through toilet. You feed it this like powdery pellet stuff, and then it like, wait, let me see what it says. It describes it. It is the singing, wiggling, and pooping toy, because then it sings a song, and then it poops into the toilet bowl, and then you can scoop the poop out and then refeed it to the flamingo, and it's so disturbing. And that it is everywhere this year. It's everywhere, and I am bothered by this.
I had one of those dolls.
Yeah,
in
but
the
like
80s.
this is weird. It's kind of funny, but it's kind of weird. So I'm just gonna say,
I don't understand. Can you imagine being in that room
yeah, exactly
where it was pitched?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Wow.
No, thank you.
Nope,
that's
nope.
that's the weird one. But what I've also been finding, I will put links in the show notes to all of these so that people can see them, and I will link to the outlet for which I have spotted these things, although a lot of them are in multiple places. We also have what is called Blinger, and it appears to be a kind of a new version of a bedazzler, but they have a version...
Does it work better?
I cannot imagine that it would, because this is like this little... It almost looks like a Viewmaster reel, but with gems on it, and it goes in this little plastic ring kind of a thing that... it's... I don't know. This is a little strange.
Yeah, it's like a blister pill pack.
Yeah. I can't imagine that this is going to be real successful, but...
It's like Hole Punch meets blister pill pack.
Yeah, I don't know. But
what are you supposed to bling with it?
the one is actually for blinging your fingernails. So that's like a whole like sticker kind of thing. You can
I mean,
bling...
that's a thing. I don't understand it, but it's a thing.
Yeah, you can use it on your hair. So
What?
that it says you can use it for fashion to create your own striking looks. Definitely they're showing
so it's
it
not permanent.
No, I think that they're like stickers. But yeah, exactly. So
I think
one.
we might need one, like as a podcast.
Maybe
Just what is it called again?
Blinger. I put a link to it on Amazon. It's $25. It's like,
Why?
I know. Yeah.
I like that it differentiates between blingers. Oh, they're different kinds.
Yeah.
Ooh, one of them looks like washi tape, but for your nails.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. And there's like
I want
little...
to play with that one.
There's little, like, cases for them and all the refills, and it's a whole
I
thing.
feel really strongly. Oh, wow. There's one that's eyebrows?
Oh,
Why?
I didn't see the eyebrow one. Just what you always wanted.
Yeah, and these are for children.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so I really think that just as a podcast, we need to try these things. And I specifically need to try the nail art.
Okay.
Blinger Ultimate Nail Wand Collection. Purple. Glam your nails in no mess 3-step process. No drying, no waiting. Nail art for school, parties, and special occasions. Everyday use.
I mean, what more could you possibly want? It covers all of your needs there.
I feel really great about this.
I just saw the eyebrow one. Wow. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's a self-adhesive one because it does say like when you put it in your hair that it does not leave any residue behind. So, whatever that's...
I can just imagine the floor of a middle school gymnasium after like the 8th grade dance.
And it's just scattered with blinger bits.
Yeah. And I say this as someone who was that age during the Gwen Stefani wears culturally inappropriate things stuck to her face phase.
Okay, yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe in a similar kind of a category, but I think way cooler. Lego, not too long ago, put out a line that they call Dots. And if you've ever played with Lego, there's like the little, they're tiny single section pieces that are flat. And it uses that. And they have these kits that they're definitely Lego sets, but they feel more craft-like to me. And so...
Oh, cool.
They're very...
Those are fun.
They're designed to appeal to girls is kind of the idea. But I think I'm actually going to buy one of these for myself. I'm leaning towards this little like desk organizer that has...
That's exactly what I was thinking when I saw it.
Yep. It's, again, very... Like, me as a kid or a teen would have gone crazy for this, so I'm going to buy myself one of these sets.
You have really to have a little bit of joy.
Yes, exactly.
And if something like that is going to, like, bring you an afternoon of joy, and maybe even more whenever you look at it, like, yes, absolutely do the thing.
They've got these bracelets with different pieces that you can put on. I probably wouldn't wear one, so I'm not going to get one of those, but really fun. Way to go, Lego.
I would have been into the bracelets.
Yeah. I would have when I was younger, definitely. I just know that I wouldn't likely wear them now. And then the last thing that I brought to show that this was the real thing that I knew I was going to need to talk about here.
Yeah.
It's an item called Twisty Pets. And there's also Twisty Girls. Yeah.
Wait, I remember these also from the 90s. They must have.
It's possible that they did. They look like they're made up of beads, which they kind of are.
Okay.
But they are connected in such a way that they could form a bracelet. But also, it's almost like they go together, kind of like how you would twist a balloon animal. Like, that's the way that the legs come together. And I very distinctly remember probably my great-aunt Marg, the aunt who did the quilling. I believe that she used to make some little, like, beaded animals like this where they were, like, the long, elongated, like, crystally plastic beads that made the legs. And then, the thing about these, again, this is not really meant to be a craft product, but reminded me of crafts. But the thing about these is when you untwist them to make the bracelets, they're a little bit strange, especially when you look at the one that is the Twisty Girls, because...
Right. Do you have a picture of these?
I don't think I had a picture to the girls one. Let me get you...
So... They're called
Twisty Girls or Twisty Girl. Right. If you search for an image search, you will surely find it.
They look like the Bratz dolls.
They kind of look like Bratz dolls, but you have to like split their legs up to make the long bracelet thing. It's so weird, and I'm just concerned about what is happening to children's toys. It's all I'm saying. It's just... I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's downright morbid.
It's super weird. They disconnect the lower body from the upper body, and then they connect a leg to the bottom of the upper body, and then the top of the upper body connects to the head. Like, it's weird. And apparently you can join them together too, so you can make like a necklace with all of your twisty pets.
I really think that there would have been a better order in which to do that.
I thought so too. Also,
I mean, I see what they're doing there, but I think they could have
yeah.
had that leg attached to the skirt instead of the head.
Yeah, I at any rate, I will put a link to the Twisty Girl in the show notes as well, so that no one has to Google image search it, because it does sometimes show you other things. But anyway,
yeah, I just got to the other things.
Yeah, so don't do an image search for that term. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah,
but,
definitely don't. 'Cause I did. I've done it for you.
Yeah, yeah, we all have, unfortunately. But anyway, I did think, though, looking at the little animals, that it could be interesting to try to make a bead animal like this and make it into an actual craft. So I don't know, or a craft again.
They are interesting. I get it, and I kind of like the little cat.
Yeah, and like there's a unicorn.
I don't understand why you would but
exactly.
Okay,
exactly. I suppose the idea of having like a little toy that you also could wear on your wrist, so you could take it off and then like play with it.
No.
Anyway,
whatever. Nobody asked me.
That's right.
But
this was
strange.
The fun and interesting things that I found in toy catalogs that they either jumped out at me as crafts or semi-crafts, because toys do that sometimes. But anyway, yeah.
Wow. I feel very, very, very newly educated on the current status of crafty kids' toys.
Yeah. Sorry.
And I am totally pre-ordering that nail wand.
The blinger?
Thing. Just because
I can't wait to see your manicure.
I mean, I am someone who does not own nail polish or makeup.
You
so
will
I feel
now.
like I am the target audience.
Oh
my gosh. Huh. So
that's that.
You know how I can't remember, was it last week that we were talking about apps, or last episode that we were talking about apps?
I think so, yes. Oh, it was
I think so.
It was the last Patreon episode. We discussed a lot of apps.
Oh, yes. So, for those of you who are not Patreon patrons, we discussed crafting apps on the last Patreon episode, and during that, I purchased an app called Stitch Sketch.
Yes,
and
that's the one I use.
I specifically purchased it because I wanted to see if it would work with my iPad and Apple Pencil. Because I thought that it would be fun to play with. And quick, and it seems to be exportable. It has DMC colors specifically programmed in. Like, it seems really useful. Except that I can't figure out how to use it.
Oh, no.
I read the instructions. I read the updated instructions. I read the newest release. And the thing that I cannot figure out, and maybe this may just be a difference because I usually design in Illustrator. And so I generally make each larger inch square have 14 divisions within it for 14 count cloth.
Yes.
And so I, for the life of me, cannot figure out how to set up the canvas in a way that makes any sense to me.
Yes.
And I will say, that I did something. I don't know what it was, but I did something and got something that resembles a workable thing, and so I've been playing with it. But I don't know what they're asking me for in the settings, and I write books on this subject. Yeah.
Yes, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I have never gotten it to show me a grid that is 14 squares to an inch. They, in the settings, they give you an option to like change the ratio of the boxes, which you would want if you were doing a knitting pattern, but does not apply for a cross stitch pattern. And then they have a thing for...
And they don't even label it as ratio.
Right.
It's size. I'm like,
yeah.
But that doesn't make any sense to me.
It took me ages before I realized that it was actually ratio. Like, I was typing in numbers in those that didn't matter. I was typing in, like,
Same.
14 and 14,
yes.
which just made
me too.
Squares.
All the time. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, and also...
Turns out those cancel out to 1.
Yes, precisely. Also, it has a thread count in there that I've not figured out how that changes anything. I don't know. It hasn't appeared to make a difference.
I feel like maybe if you were doing like Hardinger or
maybe
something like that.
Sure. Yeah.
I also have not figured that out.
I have getting it to output a size that is accurate for like because it calculates the finished size for you. Getting it to do that accurately, I have still not succeeded at that. I have ignored that.
So I did that accidentally. That's what I managed to do accidentally.
Okay.
So I'll screenshot my settings.
Perfect.
And send them to you.
Isn't it funny how, like, things that you think that you should just be able to figure out sometimes still just don't?
I even tried, like, different kinds, thinking that maybe it would make more sense in different design modes. Mm-hmm. Like, seeing the settings in different design modes would then make the cross-stitch setting make more sense. I mean, it's a cool app. There are vectors. Like, you can...
Yep.
And I have the one that you pay for.
Yeah.
Like, the premium one. And so you can export and you can do a lot of things. But the only thing in the world that I seem to want to do consistently is accidentally autofill the entire thing black.
Same.
That seems to be my favorite activity.
But you know
involving
what?
That.
They've got that handy little undo back
button.
I know. Which is, that is most likely the time that I use that is when I don't realize that I have, like, the fill button, the fill tool activated, and yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm not supposed to use the fill tool?
I use the fill tool only when I actually am going to fill an area. Otherwise, I use, like, the individual, I think it's like a pencil, so that I can do pixel by pixel. And just, like, tap, tap, tap.
I thought the pencil was the vector tool. And it might be.
There's also, like, a thing for drawing in lines that does the vectors, so that's, like, under that tool, I think. It's not in front of me.
I don't know.
But
anyway, it's a really cool app. I don't know who designed this and what craft they do.
Yeah.
And
because it
I'm
covers,
not sure how they use it.
Yeah, because it includes, like, settings just for...
Like
for
beading
cross-stitch,
and knitting.
Like, perler beads, knitting.
Yeah.
I think there's at least one other needlecraft in there, too.
Color work of some variety.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So,
or maybe mosaic?
I can't remember.
But basically anything that you could do on a grid.
Yeah.
But, it is certainly easier to pick up than Illustrator was.
Yes.
It isn't exactly straightforward.
Yeah.
And I feel like, given what its audience probably, like, its target audience is, if I don't know how to use it, and like I said, I write books
Yeah.
on this subject.
Yeah.
It just needs a little bit of UI
Yes.
help. But
Yeah.
it's really fun to
It
be
is.
able to just, like, on the fly, tap out a design. It takes way less time than Illustrator does.
Yeah. And it's nice because it's very portable because it's on an iPad or a phone. But yeah, the vector lines for adding like backstitch, you will find that is to me the clunkiest part of it. So good luck.
Well, we'll see. But I do like that it does something that I could do but have not taken the time to do at this point, which is automatically add symbols for different colors, even when you're using colors.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, like, that is the biggest accessibility issue for my books, is that I design in color and not in with color differentiating patterns.
Yeah.
And this does both, and I think that's really helpful.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I did the thing, and I don't know how to use it.
Well, sometime we could.
But it's fun.
Yeah, and if you ever have any questions and you want to dig in further, you can just let me know, and I will talk you through it. But anyway.
Oh, you will be the first person that I frustratedly text.
You may find better solutions than I have on some of the things.
I mean, we may just end up collaborating and pooling our knowledge.
Yeah.
Maybe we can write a
full tutorial.
Guide.
Anyway, despite the fact that there were only two of us, we managed to talk for a long time. So I think I should wrap this episode up.
Yep.
Before we go, thank you again to our sponsor, the Embroiderers Guild of America. You can learn more about them at egausa.org. And thank you for listening to the Very Serious Crafts podcast. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Serious Crafts, and on Facebook at Very Serious Crafts. You can also find show notes and all things Very Serious Crafts at veryseriouscrafts.com. I promise you I will link to that pooping flamingo. And finally, if you are a fan of the Very Serious Crafts podcast, please leave us a 5-star review on whichever platform you use to listen to podcasts. Good ratings help us show up in recommendations, which helps more people who love crafting find us.
Yay!
You know they're just dying to hear this juicy content.
Talk about pooping penguins? Not penguins.
Not penguins.
Oh, gosh.
Flamingos.
All right.
Yeah. We should go.
wrap this up.
It's like the gotta go Very Serious Crafters at this point. Oh, okay. Sorry.